Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV in conjunction with Colfax High School presents Viking pregame. A look at today's Colfax Vikings boys game. And now, Viking pregame.
Good evening and welcome to the NLWN-TV studios. Rick Olson here, and tonight we have a boys basketball game pitting the 8-10 Colfax Vikings, who are 4-6 in the Dunn St. Croix Conference, against the 8-10 Osceola Chieftains, who are 5-7 in the Middle Border Conference. The Vikings are coming off a 50-36 win over the Boyceville Bulldogs on Thursday, while the Chieftains are coming off a 59-48 loss at the hands of the St. Croix Central Panthers also on Thursday. Now, coming up in this edition of Viking pregame, we'll take a look at tonight's matchup between the Osceola Chieftains and the Colfax Vikings. Then we'll get Coach Noel's perspective on tonight's game in Coach's Corner. Following that, we'll bring you all the play-by-play action of tonight's game. So it's time to get ready for some exciting high school boys basketball. All that coming up right after this brief timeout. You're tuned to Viking pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network, NLWN-TV, and Viking TV.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
Welcome back to Viking pregame, where we're getting ready to bring you all the action of tonight's boys basketball game between the Osceola Chieftains and the Colfax Vikings. The Vikings are looking to play a complete game and prove that although they're a smaller school, they can play with the larger schools, especially after their 50-36 drubbing of the Boyceville Bulldogs. In that victory over Boyceville, the Vikings were led in scoring by 6'1" senior Ryan Albright. He hit 4 3-pointers for 12 points. He was followed by Bryce Sikora, who added 11, along with Elijah Ensminger and Nick Jensen, who each added 7 points. Now, thus far in the season, the Vikings are led by Ensminger, who's averaging just over 12 points per game. He's followed by Sikora, who's putting up over 8 points per game. Nathan Hajdukovic adds just under 8 points per game. Now, leading the way rebounding for the Vikings is Tristan Lenz, who's grabbing over 7 boards per game. He's helped by Hajdukovic and Jensen, who each pull down right around 4 per game. The Chieftains are coming off a 59-48 loss to the St. Croix Central Panthers on Thursday. Leading the way for Osceola was 6-foot junior Dylan Saluski, who shot 1 for 3 on field goals, 1 for 3 on free throws, and 3 for 5 on 3-pointers for 12 points. Following Saluski was Braden Bradway, who hit 2 field goals, a free throw, and a 3-pointer for 8 points. Now, thus far on the season, the Chieftains are led by Bradway, who is averaging nearly 16 points per game, followed by Garrett Slater, who adds nearly 11 points per game. Tyler Ulrich is the Chieftains' leading rebounder, pulling down 7.5 boards per game, while Bradway grabs another 7 per game. Now, coming into tonight's game, the Vikings are averaging 52 points per game while giving up an average of 59. The Chieftains are scoring 56 points per game and surrender 54. Now, coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get the coach's perspective as we chat with Viking head coach Mark Noel on Coach's Corner. You're tuned to Viking pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network, NLWN-TV, and Viking TV.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749.
time now to see what the coaches have to say. It's Coach's Corner, what they look at tonight's game from the coach's point of view. And now, Coach's Corner.
Once again, we're talking with Viking boys head coach Mark Knoll on Coach's Corner. And Coach, on Tuesday night, let's start that again. Get the days right.
Yeah, there you go.
Once again, we're talking with Viking boys head coach Mark Knoll on Coach's Corner. And Coach, on Thursday night, the Vikings basically took care of business by defeating the Boyceville Bulldogs 50-36. What can you tell us about that game?
Well, I think number one is we played great defense, pretty much throughout the whole game. When you hold a team to 36 points, you've done a pretty good job, especially a team that just scored 82 2 days earlier against another opponent. So I was happy and pleased with the effort that way, especially bouncing back from a previous loss the game before. And I was very happy with the boys, just that we played well, and we took the lead right from the start. I think we jumped up like a 10-2 start. It started with Albright hitting a corner three, and that got the lid off the rim, and we were off and running.
Now, in that game, it seemed as if the Vikings were in control most of the game, but there were some moments when we held our collective breaths as Boyceville mounted a comeback. The Vikings survived the onslaught and held on for the win. And after the game, you described it as an example of how basketball is a game of runs. Can you fill us in on that idea?
Yeah, I mean, the game of basketball is constantly about runs. And just like I said, at the beginning of the game, we went on like a 10-2 run. And they might have went on a 4-0 run. And we went back to a 4-0 run. So it's constant up and down. And you want to be on a run at the end of the game, and you want to held your opponent to the least amount of runs as possible. And, I think Boyceville might have got it. I don't even remember if they got it to 5-6 points. I never really
they had it down to
threatened.
4 at one time.
Yeah, I never felt threatened, to be honest. And that's not a disrespect thing to Boyceville. I just didn't feel threatened.
Okay. Now, tonight, the Vikings have the opportunity to keep things rolling as they take on the Osceola Chieftains from the Middle Border Conference. What can you tell us about the Chieftains?
Well, they're a team that is maybe like one game under 500, so they're basically like a 500 team, but they play in a very, very strong conference, bigger high school conference, and they are big. They start 6 foot, 6'3", 6'5", 6'2", 6'2", and then the three kids off the bench are 6'1", 6 foot, 6 foot. So unless they're making up sizes, they've got really good size. And they just played Rice Lake here to a 12-point game, which Rice Lake is a really good team. And we scrimmaged Rice Lake at the beginning of the year, so we know how good Rice Lake is. So we're definitely going to have our hands full.
Yeah, in fact, one of the things I noticed about the Chieftains and looking up their information, they have a very unusual stat in that they have I think it's an 8-10 record overall, but they've outscored their opponents by around 50 points. And that's just kind of unusual to see that discrepancy there.
Yeah, and they've, like I said, they've played, not only is their conference good, but they've went and played Rice Lake. They might have played some other small schools or something. Maybe that's where those big scoring games have come into play, where they've, taken care of some small school. But we know that this is a very good team. It's going to be a really hard-fought, played game. It's at home, so I'm happy that we're playing at home. We don't have to drive to Osceola. And but I just know they're a good team. They've got a kid that's averaging 16 points. And from what I've been told, he's a handful. He's he's made 29 threes on the year. He gets to the free throw line a lot. It's going to be a tough game for us.
Yeah, I think that's junior Braden Bradway, and they also have 6 foot junior Garrett Slater. They seem to be the players the Chieftains focus their offense through. Each one is averaging double-digit points per game. So what do you need to do to keep those two under control?
Well, one thing is their offense kind of goes through the high post area. So when I mean by that, for this team is they're going to be making a lot of cuts around that high post area, and we've got to bump the cutters. We can't let them cut where they want to go to. We have to get them off their course of where they're trying to get to and try to be physical with them. So that's something I think that we can be good at. And so, one thing that we've been working on here as of late is how to defend ball screens. Now we're really working on, just how to defend these. That's kind of a hard cut up on top of the free throw line.
Well, Coach Noel, good luck on tonight's game. Hopefully the Vikings will keep the winning rolling.
Yeah, you bet. Thank you very much, and go Vikings. Appreciate everything you guys do for us.
All right, thank you.
You've been listening to Coach's Corner, where they look at tonight's game from the coach's point of view. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Meet the scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Welcome back to Viking Pregame. The 8-10 Vikings are looking to stay on the winning track. At the same time, the 8-10 Osceola Chieftains are looking to get back on the winning track following their loss last Thursday. So the stage is set for some exciting high school boys basketball, and we'll have all the action for you right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Now, in just a moment, we'll send it out to Colfax High School, where we're getting ready to bring you all the action of tonight's non-conference boys game between the Colfax Vikings and the Osceola Chieftains. That's all coming up next. You've been tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network, NLWN-TV, and Viking TV.
Touchdown! Oh, did you see that? Whoa, we scored? Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. What? I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Wait, why does my face look like that? I'm playing with these new face filters. Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine. I'm gonna need that back. No. Kevin!
You've been tuned to Viking Pregame with a look at today's Colfax Vikings boys game. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Light Colfax Viking Basketball. It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Sladen's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Sladen's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Sladen's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Sladen's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Sladen's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Colfax Viking Basketball is on the air.
Lenz with the rebound puts it up and in. Christian Lenz gets the putback shot.
The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV proudly presents tonight's Colfax Viking Boys varsity basketball game.
And it's no good. Rebound taken down and put up and in. Ryan Albright with the rebound.
Join us as we head out to the gym for tonight's Viking basketball.
Inside, gives it off to Hoffman. Hoffman feeds underneath. The shot goes up and in by Nathan Hajdukovic.
Yeah, good cut there by Nate.
Well, good evening. Welcome to Colfax High School. Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow. Jeff Guska on the camera. And we're getting signals from Jeff, like we're getting a lot of noise from somewhere. I don't think it's this. No. But anyway, we have the Osceola Chieftains coming into Colfax. to take on the Vikings. And Dan, let me tell you something. Those Chieftains that's a tall bunch of characters.
Yeah, it's going to be a big test for the Colfax interior tonight.
That must be the last stand of pine trees in Wisconsin that the Lumberjacks didn't take down because they've only got 2 guys on their roster that are below 6 feet. They range anywhere from 5'8" to 6'8".
Yeah, it's going to be a big test for Tristan Lenz. And I bet we would see a little action from Austin Swanson, too.
I would imagine so. So we'll take a closer look at this. Dan will give us the starting lineups. We're going to step aside for some words from our sponsors, and then we'll have Dan do all that for you. You're tuned to Viking Basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network, NLWN-TV, and Viking TV. Are your animals feeling a little under the weather? Give the nice folks at Colfax Animal Hospital a call. Bruce Buckley is just what the doctor ordered. In fact, he is the doctor, and he's ready to help. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Give them a call at 715-962-3380.
If you have a high-deductible health plan, opening a health savings account at Dairy State Bank will allow you to save tax-free dollars to pay for a long list of health-related services allowed by the IRS. Dairy State Bank HSAs are serviced locally and work like a regular checking account. You can use a debit card or check to pay for expenses and access your account through online or mobile banking. Visit DairyStateBank.com to learn more about HSAs and online or mobile banking. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
And we're back here at Colfax High School. And Dan, we've got the Osceola Chieftains coming in to take on the Colfax Vikings. Both have records of 8-10 in their respective conferences. The Vikings, of course, out of the Dunn St. Croix, and the Chieftains out of the Middle Border. So why don't you tell us which ones of those are going to play tonight, or at least going to start?
Here's the starters for Osceola. They're going to go with junior, 6 foot, number 2, Garrett Slater. 6'2", junior, number 4, Braden Bradway. 6'2", senior, number 10, Charlie Tonrud. 6'3", senior, number 12, Tyler Ulrich. And 6'5", senior, number 33, Luke Haas. For the Vikings, they're going to go with senior, number 2, Nate Hajdukovic. I don't know.
Now, you were so worried about their names.
They're going to go with 5'10", senior, number 4, Bryce Sikora. 5'8", sophomore, number 10, Elijah Ensminger. 6'5", senior, number 22, Tristan Lenz. And 6'1", senior, number 24, Ryan Albright.
And we're going to send it down to the scorer's table right about now for the national anthem and their version of the starting lineups.
Would everyone please stand and able? Remove your hats and place your hand over your heart to honor the flag. As the national anthem is sung by Colfax High School freshman Jordan Johnson.
Who
Colfax freshman Jordan Johnson with the national anthem. And right back down to Colfax Athletic Director Mike Hodell with the starting lineups.
Boys basketball matchup between the Osceola Chieftains and your Colfax Vikings. Introducing the starters for the Chieftains. Number 2, junior, Garrett Slater. Number 4, junior, Braden Bradway. Number 10, senior, Charlie Trumrood. Number 12, senior, Tyler Ulrich. And number 33, senior, Luke Collins. The Chieftains are led by head coach Tyler Wilson. And now the starting lineup for your Colfax Vikings. Our 6'4" senior, number 2, Nick Ayukovic. Number 10, senior, number 4, Bryce Sikora. Number 5'8", sophomore, number 10, Elijah Esminger. At 4, 6'5", senior, number 22, Tristan Lenz. And at 4, 6'1", senior, number 24, Ryan Albright.
And those are the starting lineups for tonight's game. Again, for Osceola, it's Slater, Bradway, Tronrud, Ulrich, and Haas. For the Vikings, Hajdukovic, Sikora, Ensminger, Lenz, and Albright. Haas jumping center against Lenz. Vikings will go from left to right across your listening device dial. Official steps in, ball goes up. Osceola gets the toss. They get it to Bradway, who lays it up and in. Osceola has quite the height advantage tonight. And Sminger on the dribble through the center circle. Feeds it over to the right side to Sikora. Sikora takes it to the top of the key. Stops at the free throw line. Tries to get it to Hajdukovic on the baseline, but he couldn't hang on, and it goes out of bounds. Charlie Tronrud gets it into Slater, back to Tronrud. Brings it across the line. They swing it around to the left side to Slater. Back out high to Ulrich. It puts the shot up and in. Tyler Ulrich makes it 4-0. Sikora gets it to Hajdukovic. Over to Ensminger between the circles. Over to the left side to Albright. Back to Sikora. He's high, wide, and right. To Ensminger on the right wing. Back out to Hajdukovic, top of the key. To Ensminger on the right side. Takes it into the paint. And we're going to get a foul underneath. And that foul's on Braden Bradway. First foul on anybody. Ball comes into Ensminger. Gets it out high to Hajdukovic. Hajdukovic takes it to the paint, then back out to Ensminger in the right corner. Drives the baseline, puts it up, no good. Rebound taken down by Osceola, Slater with it. And we're going to get a travel call.
Hopefully I have my mic on.
It does help. Vikings have the ball. They feed it over to the top of the key. And they get it over to Sikora. It goes out of bounds. It'll be Osceola's ball.
So Osceola bring it down. Top of the key to Slater. Gets it inside, but he loses it. Picked up by Lenz. And Springer brings it down. Left side. Albright. Back to Ensminger. Screen by Lenz. Nothing there. Gets it Hajdukovic. Puts it up. No good. Here comes Osceola. Corner shot for 3. No good. Picked up by Ensminger. Gets double teamed. And we got a jump ball. Possession arrow goes to Colfax. So Ensminger will throw it in. Can't find anybody, but then he finds Hajdukovic.
All right, back over to Ensminger. Takes it down the right side. Feeds it out high. Over to Albright, then back to Ensminger. Ensminger out high, wide, and left to Sikora. Sikora dribbles back through the circles. Takes it over to the right side. And he slid his foot on the sideline as he stopped to make the pass. So it'll be Osceola's ball. And down the floor come the Chieftains. They get it back out to the top of the key. That's Ulrich. Then to Slater, takes it into the paint, puts it up and in. 6-0. The Chieftains on top. Vikings come down the floor. Sikora with it. Gets it to Ensminger. Slowly dribbles out between the circles. To Hajdukovic, then into the paint to Lenz, turns around, tries to put it up. It was blocked. Gets his own ball, and the ball, loose ball is picked up by Osceola. And down the floor comes Slater. Slater over to Ulrich. Knocked the ball loose, but picked up by Bradway, and he puts it in. Sikora with it, gets it over to Ensminger, high, wide, and left. Takes it between the circles. Shot goes up. It's off the iron, no good. They swing it around. And then from the top of the key, shot is no good. That was by Tronrud. And we're going to get a foul on Lenz, and the shot by Haas is good.
Foul's on number 10.
Oh, it was on Ensminger. I take it back. Vikings have the ball. Lenz takes it into the lane, puts it up. A blocking foul. It's going to be called against Ulrich as Lenz tried to put it up.
Tyler Ulrich on the foul.
His shot is up and good. Second shot by Lenz. It's also good. So the Vikings are on the board. 10-2. Osceola on top. Tronrud feeds it over to the right side. That's Bradway. Down into the right corner to Haas. Into the lane to Tronrud. Tries to get across the baseline. He does. Shot goes up by Ulrich, and he hit it for 3. Vikings have the ball. They bring it down the floor. This is Ensminger. Gets it off to the left side to Hajdukovic. To Albright. To Sikora. To Ensminger. Takes it into the paint. Kicks it back out to Albright. Albright feeds it along the baseline to Sikora. Waits for the traffic clear. And he lays it up and in. And the Vikings call a timeout. So with a timeout on the floor, it's Osceola 13, Vikings 4. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network, NLWN-TV, and Viking TV. Anderson Bridges, located in Colfax, Wisconsin, has been manufacturing prefabricated steel truss bridges since 1989. With hundreds of bridges supplied nationwide, we suspect you've crossed our path. It may have been on a pedestrian or bicycle bridge, or how about a snowmobile, ATV, or golf course bridge? Anderson Bridges is likely to have manufactured it. Founded in 1989, Anderson Bridges has been a family-owned company since its beginning and are proud to support the Colfax Vikings. And we're back here at Colfax High School. Osceola going to have the ball. They get it inbounds. This is Saluski, and he gets it over to the right side to Stefan, and a 10-second violation as full court pressure came into play to the Vikings' benefit. So the Vikings to inbound, and they're going to call an over and back. Sikora caught the ball in the forecourt and stepped into the backcourt. We saw the same thing happen last night. You've got to be aware the ball can go in the backcourt on an inbound pass, but you've got to be in the backcourt when it happens. And the shot goes up from the left wing. Also in the lineup right now is a big 6'8". Shot is no good because I was traveling. 6'8" Carson Holman for Osceola.
Yeah, Colfax is going to have to make some adjustments right now. They're going to double team him, so there's going to be an open guy. So they're going to have to hustle the cover.
Ensminger on the dribble through the center circle. Gets it over to the left side. Albright from three. Shot is no good, but they have a whistle and a foul. And the foul is going to be on Tyler Ulrich. That's his second personal, third team foul. And Albright goes to the line for three. First one's no good. Second shot on the way. It's also no good. It's good to see the boys team supported by the girls team over on the far side. In fact, shot goes up. This one's good. Maddie Barstead is trying to fortify the players by handing M&Ms across the aisle. Down the floor comes Bradway. The shot goes up. It's good. 15-5. Vikings trail by 10. Ensminger feeds it over to Hajdukovic. Hajdukovic into the paint, lays it up. It's no good. Rebound on the floor. Picked up by Holman. And down the floor comes Stefan. Stefan out near the center line. Takes it in the paint. Kicks it out. Long shot goes up by Saluski. And it gets knocked out of bounds on the rebound. Last touched by Hajdukovic. So it'll be Osceola ball. Stefan to inbound. Gets it in out high to Raisdom. Over to Bradway. Bradway shot from the corner, rattles around, no good. Rebound, chased down by Raisdom, and the shot goes up. We have a whistle and a foul.
Colfax has to do a little better job on the boards. Osceola's getting 2, 3, 4 chances.
Bradway on the line. First shot is good. The foul was on Nick Jensen. It was his first. Second team foul. And as we suspected, in comes Austin Swanson. Second shot is good. 17-5. Vikings down by 12. Sikora with it. Feeds it over to the right side to Ensminger. Ensminger takes it to the free throw line. Kicks it out to Hajdukovic. Hajdukovic to the elbow over to Sikora. Sikora dribbles it across the paint. Kicks it out, three-pointer on the way. No good by Ensminger, but he chases down the loose change. Drives the left baseline. Now he's kind of stuck down there. Tries to get rid of it. He gets it out to Jensen, puts up the shot. He hit it! Nick Jensen from just inside the three-point arc. 17-7. Vikings cut it to 10. Down the floor comes Saluski. Feeds it over to Stefan. No, Stefan has it now. He gets it over to Bradway, and then underneath, the easy layup and in for Carson Holman. (19-7). Ensminger over on the left side. Now he dribbles back over to the right side, takes it into the paint. Ball's up, it's loose. Ensminger chases down the loose change, gets it over to Jensen. Then they get it down into the right corner to Hajdukovic, takes it into the paint. Spins, gets it to Ensminger. Ensminger tries to get rid of it. And we're gonna get a foul called on Ensminger. Ensminger fell over. The kid from Osceola fell over Ensminger, and Ensminger got called for the foul. Did I miss anything in that one, Dan?
Ensminger got pounded down low, then he gets tripped, and he gets the foul.
All right, Chieftains inbound it. Holman puts up the shot, it's no good. Swanson with the rebound. Sikora with it. Medine into the lineup, by the way. Hajdukovic with it, gets it out to Jensen. His shot is up off the air, no good. Loose ball being chased down by Saluski. They get it down into the left corner to raise them out to Stefan. Stefan into the paint, puts up the jumper, it's no good. Rebound taken down by Swanson, gets it over to Sikora, and the Vikings bring it down the floor. Hajdukovic with it on the right side, takes it into the paint, turns around, kicks it out to Medine. Over to Sikora. He's high, wide, and right. Now he drives it into the paint, and we're going to get a foul along the side over here. And it looks like it's a foul on Saluski. It's his first personal. Fourth team foul on the Chieftains. So the Vikings will inbound on the near side. Sikora has it. He's high, wide, and right. Over to Medine. Ball gets knocked away, and the Chieftains come down with it. Rysdom with it. To Stefan. Then they get it over to Koch. Long shot goes up and in by Haas. (22-7). Vikings down by 15. Jensen has it, takes it into the paint, gets it out to Sikora, puts up the three, no. Rebound chased down by Medine, but it was last touched by Osceola, so it'll be Viking ball. Tristan Lenz into the lineup for the Vikings.
Yeah, you know, Colfax missed that shot, but they got an open look. That's what they're going to have to do on the perimeter, because there's nothing on the inside.
Not all your open looks are going to go through.
Right. Just get open shots.
Inbound pass knocked out of bounds right away. Stefan knocked it out of bounds. Albright now to inbound for the Vikings. They get it into Hajdukovic on the left side. Takes it between the circles. Hands it off to Albright. He's at the right elbow to Jensen on the left. They get it down underneath to Lenz. Lenz puts it to the floor, goes up with the shot. It comes up short. Osceola comes away with it. They're out at the top of the key with Saluski to Rude. And we get a whistle and a travel called on Koch. Hajdukovic with the ball for the Vikings. He comes through the center circle. 6:42 to go in the first half. Hajdukovic loses the handle. Now he picks it up, takes it into the lane. We're going to get a foul. Foul's called on Koch. First personal 15 foul. Albright gets it into Jensen. Then they get it over to the wing. Shot is 3 for Hajdukovic. 22-10. Stefan gets it over to Slater on the left. Then out to Rude. Now to Stefan. Drives into the lane. Tries to feed it underneath. They get it out to Slater. Slater puts up a jumper. Rattles around and out. Loose ball on the floor. Picked up by Jensen. He gets it to Hajdukovic, who quickly comes down the floor. Goes up, and he got fouled going up. Fouled by Matt Rude.
Yeah, good job by Hajdukovic to create the contact.
Well, not only that, but to spot that there was a chance to go uncontested to the lane or to the hole. Shot is up and good. No good, I mean. Wishful thinking. If only it were so. Second shot on the way. That one's not any good either. Ball gets chased down by Osceola. Into the lane of Stefan. We get a whistle and timeout being called by the Osceola Chieftains. I thought there was going to be a foul down there, but a timeout being called by the Chieftains. So with a timeout on the floor, Chieftains 22, Vikings 10. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV and Viking TV.
On those days when you're hankering for something that's delicious and nutritious, simply stop by FitFam Nutrition in Colfax. They serve Herbalife meal replacement shakes, metabolism-boosting teas and protein coffees. They taste as good as they sound, and they're healthy. Come and visit the Bentons and let them prepare for you a simply sweet treat, or something for the chocoholic or coffee lover in you. FitFam is a slam dunk. That's FitFam Nutrition, complete with one-on-one wellness coaching and business opportunities. 1020 University Avenue in Colfax.
Back here at Colfax High School, Rick Olson along with Dan Petschow. I've been seeing way too much of you this week, Dan. Mouth isn't working. Jeff's just shaking his head over there. Chieftains inbound it and immediately travel. That was Garrett Slater taking the extra step. So it'll be Vikings ball. Albright inbounds it to Sikora, who takes it up across the timeline. Feeds it over to Ensminger on the right side. Ensminger takes it down to the right wing. Gets it out to Lenz. Over to the left side to Albright. To Sikora. Sikora drives to the free throw line, into the paint, stops, jumps, puts it in. Vikings cut it back to 10. And down the floor come the Chieftains. This is Stefan on the dribble. Stops at the elbow, kicks it out to Slater. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Rebound being chased down, picked up by Haas. They get it out to Stefan. Stefan out near the mid-court line. Takes it into the center circle. Now down to the right side. Backs back out. Feeds it down to the elbow and then over to the right side to Koch. And the cross-court pass is out of bounds. Bradway Tronrud are back into the lineup for the Chieftains. Sikora with it. Gets it into the forecourt to Medine. Medine at the top of the key. Gets it over to the left side to Albright, then to Sikora. Sikora takes it between the circles, over to the right side to Medine. Down into the right corner to Albright. Dribbles it back out high. Turns, heads back down the right side to the baseline, lays it up, it's no good. Rebound taken down by Bradway and down the floor, and the ball gets knocked out of bounds by Sikora. The pass was intended for Saluski. Chieftains get it in to Bradway between the circles. He gets it over to Slater, and Slater took a step before he put the shot up. Did a little hop first. So Albright inbounds for the Vikings. Got it to Sikora across the timeline. Over to the left side. Feeds it to the top of the key to Albright. Down into the right corner to Medine. Medine with a jumper just inside the arc. No good. Rebound taken down by Lenz. Lenz gets it over to Medine on the left side. Thought about the three. Gets it to Albright. Albright over to the right side. Back out to Medine on the left. Medine over to Jensen on the left side. Ball got knocked away from Jensen. He comes back into the... And the official called over and back.
Yeah, I think Jensen was waiting for Osceola to come and hit the ball, but they didn't.
Well, anyway, Osceola has the ball. Turn, kick over to the left side. Now it's out high. Slater has it. He gets it over to Tronrud. Then try to get it in the lane, and the Vikings come away with the ball. They get it over into the left corner, then back out high to Sikora. High, wide, and left. 2:59 to go in the first half. Sikora gets it to Albright. He hit that three! Wyatt Albright with a three. Back down the floor comes Osceola, and an answering three is no good. Loose ball picked up by Osceola. Rebound taken down by the Vikings. Sikora with it. Feeds it to Ensminger. Ensminger with a three. Off the glass, no good. Rebound taken down by Osceola. Slater with it. Gets it into the forecourt. He feeds it over to Tronrud. Then from the right corner is a shot is up and no good by Bradway. Rebound taken down by Osceola. That's Saluski, and the shot goes up and in. (24-15). Vikings trail by 9. Under 2 minutes to go in the first half. Ensminger dribbles over to the left side. Now he turns and dribbles to the top of the key. Feeds it over to the left side to Jensen. Back out high to Sikora. Quickly around to Albright on the right side. Takes it to the top of the key. Passes over to Ensminger on the right. Ensminger dribbles it out high. Takes it into the paint. Puts the shot up, and it's good. 24-17, Vikings cut it to 7. Slater with it on the right side. Gets it down to Saluski, then into the lane to Tronrud, and he put it up and in. Vikings bring the ball down the floor. This is Ensminger on the dribble. Under a minute to go. Ensminger takes it to the baseline. Feeds it back out high to Albright. Tries to get it to Sikora, but missed pass and picked up and taken down the floor by Bradway for a good shot. So Sikora with it. Coming up on 30 seconds to go in the half. 28-17, Osceola on top. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, we have a Viking profile. And today it's Bryce Sikora. Into the lane as Ensminger puts a shot up and he draws the foul. Foul's on Dylan Saluski.
His second.
Shot goes up, it's good. 28-18. Second shot is up, it's also good. Under 10 seconds. Coming down the floor is Tron Rudd. 5 seconds. He's down in the right corner. Launches one from the right corner. It's no good, and that brings us to halftime. Score at halftime, the Osceola Chieftains 28, Colfax Vikings 19. Coming up in just about 15 seconds or so, we have Viking halftime, and you're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV and Viking TV.
After you joined our family, it was like, I really do feel complete now.
Time now for Viking Halftime with this week's edition of Viking Profile and the Colfax High School Report. That's all coming up following this brief timeout.
The thing that drives me every day as a dad is him. And there's this huge responsibility in making sure that he's a good person. It's okay to make mistakes. As long as it's coming from love, it starts to work itself out.
Time now for Viking Profile, where we take a closer look at one of the Colfax Viking players. And now, Viking Profile.
Today on Viking Profile, we're talking with Bryce Sikora. And Bryce, your year here at Colfax?
Senior, yep.
Okay, and we know you play basketball, but what are some other activities you're involved with here at school?
Football and baseball.
All right. Now, when did you start playing basketball, and what kind of an experience has that been?
I've been playing since roughly 5th grade, and my game's always been improving, and I've loved the sport because, you know, teammates, and you just grow that bond with people and coaches.
What's the most important thing that you've learned then playing basketball?
Probably communication. I mean, that's huge in playing with anybody on the court.
Especially a fast-moving game like basketball. You better have the communication right or you're going to mess up.
Oh, totally.
All right, so when you're not playing basketball, you're not here at school, what are some other things that keep you interested or occupied?
I like to hunt, fish, and ride four-wheeler.
That sounds good. Be outside.
Yep.
Have some fun. Rapid-fire questions. Pie, ice cream, cake, or cookies?
Cookies.
Now, is that the same thing you said during football?
Yep.
Okay, and your favorite flavor?
Peanut butter.
Oh, my. Okay.
Change it out.
Yeah, you did. Your favorite color and why?
I don't have a favorite color. Let's go red.
Go red?
Yeah.
School color?
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, all right. If you could have a superpower, what would it be and why?
Fly.
Okay, now, if you could fly, of course you have to have a superhero name to go with that. So what's Bryce's superhero name?
Fly a lot.
Fly a lot. Oh, you should put a Sir in front of that. Sir Fly a lot. Yes. There. Okay, and your favorite NBA team?
Bucks.
All right. And favorite college team?
Badgers.
Very good. And we're talking with Bryce Sikora on Viking Profile. And Bryce, what are your plans for after high school?
Go down to Florida, hopefully be a firefighter or a cop, and then go from there.
Okay, how about a shout out to the family?
Shout out to my mom, dad, and sister.
Okay. When people watch Viking basketball games, where are they going to find you on the floor?
All over the place since we'll be pressing, but I'll mainly be a guard handling the ball, hopefully. So.
Okay. Hey, we want to thank Bryce Sikora for joining us today on Viking Profile. Coming up next, more Viking Halftime.
You've been listening to Viking Profile. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Brandon met a girl on a dating app. He finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving.
She must be a keeper.
Time now for the Colfax High School report with an update about what's happening at Colfax High School.
The Colfax Vikings athletics once again had a busy week last week. The Bloomer Colfax Raptors wrestling team competed in the Cloverbelt Wrestling Tournament last Saturday, where they picked up 1 championship, 2 second-place finishes, a third, a fourth, 2 fifth-place finishes, and a 6th. The Raptors had 3 wrestlers in championship matches. At 145 pounds, Alex Poyer was pinned in the championship match by Abbotsford Colby wrestler Tanner Halupka in 5 minutes and 55 seconds. Meanwhile, at 152 pounds, Luke Blanchard finished second after dropping an 8-3 decision to Tristan Dreyer of Cadott. Then at 160 pounds, Raptor Bowen Rothbauer captured a Cloverbelt Conference championship by defeating Cole Pfeiffer of Cadott. The Viking boys picked up a win and 2 losses in their 3 games last week. On Monday, the 31st, the Vikings defeated Prairie Farm in a tough physical game, 68-62. Then on Tuesday, February 1st, the boys were defeated by Mondovi, 70-44. And then on Friday the 4th, the Vikings just couldn't quite dig out of an early hole that they found themselves in as they lost to the Durand Panthers, 57-49. At the end of the week, those games left the Vikings with an overall record of 7 wins and 9 losses, 3-6 in the Dun St. Croix Conference. The Viking girls also had 3 games last week, resulting in 3 wins. On Monday, January 31st, they defeated the Prairie Farm Panthers 62-54. Then on Tuesday the 1st, the Viking girls defeated the Altoona Railroaders 65-49. On Thursday the 3rd, the Viking girls wrapped up their week by trouncing the Boyceville Bulldogs 56-12. Those games leave the Vikings with an overall record of 18-2 and 9-1 in the Dun St. Croix Conference. With another COVID makeup game this week proves to be another busy schedule for Viking basketball teams with 5 games total. On Monday, the Viking boys will travel to Thorpe to make up a game with the Cardinals that was postponed back on December 3rd. Then on Thursday, the boys will host the Boyceville Bulldogs. And finally, the boys will wrap up their week on Saturday when they play host to the Osceola Chieftains. We are carrying all 3 games live on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. The Viking girls are scheduled for 2 games this week. On Tuesday, the Lady Vikings will travel to Spring Valley to take on the Spring Valley Cardinals. Then on Friday, the girls will do battle for first place in the Dun St. Croix Conference when they host the Elk Mound Mounders. We are carrying both those games live on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. On Saturday, the Bloomer Colfax Raptors will travel to Neillsville to take part in the WIAA Regional Wrestling Tournament. Now, coming up next week, any Bloomer Colfax Raptors who qualify will travel to Amory for the WIAA Sectional Tournament to try to qualify for a trip to the WIAA State Tournament in Madison. The Viking boys basketball team will have 3 games next week. On Tuesday the 15th, the boys will travel to Spring Valley to take on the Cardinals. Then on Thursday the 17th, the boys will host those same Cardinals in a makeup game that was originally scheduled for January 13th. That game will be part of a boys then girls doubleheader. Then on Friday, the 18th, the boys will travel to Elk Mound to take on the Elk Mound Mounders. We will carry all 3 of those games live on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. The Viking girls are scheduled for 2 games next week. On Monday the 14th, they will travel to Elmwood to make up their game with the Elmwood Plum City Wolves, which was originally scheduled for January 14th. Then on Thursday the 17th, the girls will host those same Wolves, and that will be part 2 of that boy-girl doubleheader, and we will carry those games on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. In other school news, parent-teacher conferences are coming up on Monday and Tuesday of next week, so it's not too early to plan to find some time to attend your child's parent-teacher conference. And that's what's happening at Colfax High School for the week of February 6th through the 12th.
You've been tuned to the Colfax High School Report with an update about what's happening at Colfax High School. Stay tuned. Coming up next is more Viking halftime and then second half action.
And we're back here at Colfax High School. Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow, Jeff Gust running the camera, and we're getting ready to start half number 2. Vikings trailing 28-19, but they kind of dug themselves a hole to start with, Dan.
Yeah, you know, they didn't box out, and Osceola got some quick points to jump up.
So who are the leaders so far?
We have Braden Bradway for Osceola and Sikora Ensminger and Albright for Colfax.
So Osceola has the ball. They feed it over to the right side. Now into the lane. Shot goes up and in by Charlie Tronrud. 30-19. Vikings bring the ball down the floor. Ensminger on the dribble. He's in the center circle, motioning people to come out high. Takes it around to the right side. Jump shot is up, no good. Rebound taken down by Slater. Slater brings it down the floor. Gets it over to the right side to Ulrich. Now over to the left. Jump shot goes up and in by Bradway. And a quick timeout being called by the Vikings. So 32-19, you're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network, NLWN-TV and Viking TV.
Are your pooch's proportions putting on pounds? Or is your kitty's constitution constantly complaining? Well, stop by and see the friendly folks at the Colfax Animal Hospital. Dr. Bruce Buckley and his staff will be happy to help you get your family friend back on the road to healthy living. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Call them at 715-962-3380.
All right, Vikings needed to talk things over a little after the start of the second half, trailing 32-19. Vikings have the ball. Hajdukovic gets it into Sikora. Sikora brings it across the timeline, puts on the brakes, gets it over to Ensminger on the left side. Directing traffic, and gets it out to Sikora in the center circle, takes it over high, wide, and right. Out to Jensen at the top of the key, feeds it into the lane to Hajdukovic, puts it up, it's no good, but he draws the foul. I believe it's going to be on Tronrud. It is. That's his first personal. First team foul on the Chieftains. Hajdukovic's shot is up off the back of the iron. His second shot on the way. It's good. 32-20. Vikings need 12 to tie. Tronrud has the ball on the right side, feeds it into the paint to Ulrich. They get it down to the baseline, back out to Tronrud on the high side on the right side. A three-pointer goes up. This is by Bradway, and it's good.
He has 13.
Down the floor quickly comes Sikora to Hajdukovic. Takes it into the paint. Jumps, puts it up, no good. Rebound. Taken down by Osceola. Bradway tries to go up with it. Sikora went up, and Sikora came down on top of Bradway. Or was that Ensminger? It was Ensminger.
That's his third.
First shot is up and good by Bradway. Second shot on the way, it's also good. Ensminger comes out. Albright in. As Dan said, that is his third foul, so he's going to take a seat. Sikora on the dribble. Up across the timeline. Takes it to the right side. Hands it off to Albright, who dribbles it out high, turns around, comes back down to the right wing. Out to Hajdukovic at the top of the key. Over to Jensen on the left. He drives the left baseline, loses control, and out of bounds. The Osceola Chieftains bring the ball down the floor. Tronrud on the dribble across the timeline. He's picked up by two people out there. Gets it over to the right side, into the paint, then down underneath. Shot goes up and good by Haas. 39-20. Sikora with it. Gets it over to Hajdukovic. Hajdukovic back to Sikora. Sikora tries to drive. We're going to get a foul. Foul called on Slater. He can't understand what it is. Vikings inbound the ball. By the way, that was the first foul on Slater. They lose the handle, and here come the Chieftains right back down the floor. From the right elbow, shot is up and good by Bradway. Vikings trail by 21. They get it over to the right wing to Hajdukovic. Hajdukovic on the dribble. Takes it to the free throw line. Feeds it out to Albright on the left side. Albright, top of the key. Loses the handle, but chases it back down. Tries to get it over to Hajdukovic. Ball's intercepted by Tronrud. He lays up and is blocked, but blocked right into the hands of Bradway, who lays it up and in.
Bradway is 19.
Here come the Vikings. Hajdukovic from in the paint. It's no good. Rebound taken away by Osceola. They get it out to the top of the key. Back over to the right side. Slater with a three-pointer. He hit it. And we're going to get another timeout by the Vikings. 46-20. Osceola with the lead. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network, NLWN-TV, and Viking TV.
If you have a high-deductible health plan, opening a health savings account at Dairy State Bank will allow you to save tax-free dollars to pay for a long list of health-related services allowed by the IRS. Dairy State Bank HSAs are serviced locally and work like a regular checking account. You can use a debit card or check to pay for expenses and access your account through online or mobile banking. Visit DairyStateBank.com to learn more about HSAs and online or mobile banking. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Pleasant Valley Properties provides affordable housing and homes in communities in Wisconsin, North Dakota, South Dakota, and Nebraska. They have staff available to help you locate the home that best meets your needs and desires, as well as service staff that maintains the properties. Contact Pleasant Valley Properties at 715-226-6200. Call today and let them help you get into the home of your dreams. That's Pleasant Valley Properties, 301 Bremer Avenue in Colfax.
Back here at Colfax High School, Vikings trailing by 26, 46-20. Albright to inbound, gets it into Sikora. Full court pressure being put on by Osceola. Across the timeline. Sikora on the dribble, gets it to Hajdukovic. Over to Lenz. Lenz thought about the three. Now he's got it at the top of the key. Gets it over to Sikora on the left side. He's high, wide, and left. Down into the left corner to Hajdukovic. Takes it, stops at the left elbow, gets it to Jensen on the left baseline. Out to Albright, takes it into the paint, over to Lenz on the right corner. Comes down the right baseline. Ball gets knocked out of his hands as he went up. Down the floor comes Bradway, lays it up, it's good. And the ball gets knocked out of bounds. It'll be Viking ball. 48-20.
Bradway has 21.
Vikings have scored 1 point this half. Down the floor they come. Hajdukovic with it. Over to Sikora. He's in the center circle. Takes it over to the left side. Feeds it into the lane to Lenz. Lenz goes up, he puts it in. (48-22). Chieftains on top. Coming down the right baseline, and we're going to get a blocking foul called on Jensen, and the ball went in.
Yeah, Jensen turned away. He's got to stand his ground.
Basket was by Slater. He drove the right baseline, drove right into Jensen, but Jensen turned, got the blocking foul. That's the second foul on Jensen, second foul on the Vikings. Garrett Slater at the line. Shot is up, it's good. 51-22. Vikings trailing. Sikora with it. Takes it to the top of the key. Feeds it over to the left side in the corner to Albright. Back out to Sikora. Back down to Albright. To Lenz. Turns in the paint. Puts it up. No good. Rebound. Tipped. It's out of bounds. Last touch by Swanson. And we get another timeout called on the floor. So with 12:47 to go, it's Osceola 51, Vikings 22. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV and Viking TV.
When you've checked that hayfield and find it's time to harvest, give a call to Aaron's Custom Baling. Aaron will provide you with 4x5 net-wrapped round bales. He can even give your bales that spruced up look with select custom netting if you'd like. Serving Western Wisconsin, that's Aaron's Custom Baling. Call 715-202-0118.
Join us at the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV for exciting Colfax High School girls basketball. Our next game will be on Monday, February 14th when the Vikings make up their game at the Elmwood Plum City Wolves in Elmwood, originally scheduled for January 14th. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with Viking pregame at 6:55 p.m. That's like Colfax Viking girls basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV on Monday, February 14th.
Back here at Colfax High School, Vikings in a big hole, 51-22 as the Osceola Chieftains bring the ball down the floor. Taking his time is Tronrud. Gets it over to the right side to Slater. Then over to Bradway, back out to Slater. Three-pointer's no good. Lenz with the rebound. To Ensminger to Sikora. Sikora right across the timeline, directing traffic. Comes around the left side, lays it up, it's no good. Lenz with the rebound, puts up, it doesn't go! He had an open rebound shot, and it wouldn't go down for him. Bradway feeds it over to the left side to Ulrich. Back out to Slater, to Tronrud. Back to Ulrich, he puts up the three and he hit it. Tyler Ulrich. 54-22. Vikings bring it down. Swanson with it out high. Gets it over to Sikora. Sikora over to Ensminger. Ensminger takes it over to the right side. Gets it out to Lenz. And Lenz walked with it.
You know, that's not Lenz's shot out there. But if he would have took that next time down, they would come out.
They'd
and
at
that
least
would
be
open up the
thinking about
interior.
it. Yeah.
Right.
Meanwhile, we have a hockey line change for the Chieftains. On the dribble is Stefan as he comes across the timeline. He's high, wide, and left. Shoots it down to the corner, back out to Stefan. Then down to Koch. At the free throw line, then back down and back out high to Stefan. They get it to Rysdom. Then over to Saluski. Underneath to Rysdom, then out to Koch. The ball gets knocked out of bounds. Last touched by the Chieftains. Vikings will have it. 11:02. And the Vikings bring the ball down the floor. Sikora with it on the left side. Being guarded closely by Steffen, hands it off to Ensminger. Ensminger takes it into the paint, loses the handle. Down the floor comes Koch. He lays it up, it's no good. Rebound by the Chieftains. Shot goes up, it's blocked by Lenz. The Chieftains get it back, get it out to Steffen along the left baseline. They kick it back out high. Now Steffen has it. Over to Saluski to rise them. And the Vikings have it. Down the floor they come. Try to feed it down to Sikora. They saw him too late because the ball got intercepted. And here come the Chieftains with Steffen on the dribble. Across the timeline. Gets it over to Saluski. High, wide, and right. Feeds it into the lane to Koch. Back out to Saluski. Now Steffen has it high, wide, and left. To Rysdom at the left elbow. Turns, puts it up. No good. Rebound. Ensminger with the rebound. And we get a foul. That foul is going to be on Dylan Saluski. It's his third. Irwin into the lineup for the Vikings. Sikora with it through the center circle.
Swanson's going to have his hands full.
Hajdukovic loses the handle, but picked up by Ensminger. And now picked up by the Chieftains. They bring it down the floor. Koch has it. They get it out to Steffen. Steffen high, wide, and left. Feeds it to the lane. That's Saluski. Over to Rysdom on the right side. To the right elbow, that's Koch. Now they get it out to Steffen. Steffen takes it down the left side into the paint. Loses the handle, grabs it himself. Gets it back out to Koch. Now they get it over to Saluski on the left side. To Koch in the paint, puts it up. No good. Rebound taken down by Swanson. Down the floor come the Vikings. Irwin has it on the right side. Comes out between the circles to Ensminger. To Hajdukovic, back to Ensminger. Back out high to Hajdukovic. Hajdukovic into the paint. Feeds it to Swanson, and he got fouled. A lot of contact there. But finally, they blew the whistle as Swanson looked like a pinball being bounced around in there. The foul was on Steffen. It's his fourth team foul. Swanson's shot is no good. Second shot off the front of the iron, no good. Chieftains come down the floor. They feed it to the free throw line to Saluski. They get it down into the corner to Holman. Back out over to the right side. Saluski drives into the paint, puts it up. Whistle and a foul. I believe it's going to be on Swanson. And it is. And that's his third team foul on the Vikings. It's going to put Saluski to the line for two. First shot's on the way. It's good. Mitch Medine into the lineup, giving Ensminger a break. Saluski's second shot on the way. It's good. 56-22. Chieftains on top. Hajdukovic gets it over to Sikora on the right side. Back out to Hajdukovic. To Medine. To Irwin. To Swanson in the paint. Gets it back out to Medine. Over to Irwin. Irwin at the top of the key. Now on the left side. Loses the handle. Ball got out of bounds, and they're going to say it was touched by Medine. Out of bounds. At any rate, Osceola has the ball. Stefan with it. Over onto the right side to Raisdom. Back out high to Stefan. He's high, wide, and right. Takes it to the top of the key. Now over to Koch on the left side. Long shot goes up, no good. Rebound bounces out of bounds. It'll be Viking ball. Hajdukovic inbounds it to Sikora. 7:17 to go. Sikora on the right side. Takes it into the paint, turns, puts it up, it goes in. 56-24. That's only the 5th point for the Vikings this half. Down the floor come the Chieftains. This is Saluski on the left side, gets it out to Koch. Koch between the circles, over to Saluski on the left. To Raisdom. Takes it between the circles, feeds it over to the right side to Koch, to Saluski, underneath to the big Carson Holman, and he put it up and in. 6'8" Carson Holman made the most of that one. Irwin has it for the Vikings at the top of the key. Feeds it out to Hajdukovic. Hajdukovic stops at the elbow, gets it back out to Irwin, three-pointer. He hit the three-pointer! Kyle Irwin with the three-point shot. 58-27. Stefan gets it over to Saluski on the right. Back out to Raisdom at the top of the key. To Koch. Over to the left side to Stefan. Drives to the baseline. Puts up the shot. It's no good. Rebound tipped around. Picked up by Holman. Gets it to Raisdom. Shot is no good. Rebound taken down by the Vikings. Medine with it. Spins. Gets it over to Irwin. To Hajdukovic, into the paint, puts up the shot, it's good. (58-29). Vikings pick up the loose ball. Sikora with it. Ball got knocked loose, but he grabbed it, gets it over to Medine, three-pointer. He hit a three-pointer! Mitch Medine with the three, and we have a timeout being called by the officials. As Irwin needed to tie his shoe. 58-32. And the Chieftains inbound the ball. Stefan with it. He feeds it into the paint. It's a little bit high, out of bounds. Pass was intended for Matt Rude, and it goes out of bounds. Vikings have it. Johnson into the lineup for the Vikings, giving Hajdukovic a break. Sikora with it across the timeline. Takes it to the free throw line, pulls it up, hits the two-pointer. Bryce Sikora with the two-pointer, 58-34. And down the floor come the Chieftains. They move it over to the left side. This is Koch. Cross-court pass over to Schultz. And they get it into the lane and kick it back out high to Stefan. Stefan over to Koch, back over to Stefan. Koch is high, wide, and left. Stefan's at the top of the key. Into the paint. Feeds it. Now they get it over to Koch on the left side. They try to get it to Stefan. Ball gets knocked away, but Koch picks it up. Now they get it to Stefan again at the top of the key. Back over to Koch on the left side. Works out to the top of the key. He gets it to Schultz. Now to Stefan. Then a shot from the top of the key by Thompson is no good, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Vikings. Mason Yarrington into the lineup for the Vikings, giving Bryce Sikora a break. Stefan gets it into Rude, who lays it up and in. They left Rude open. Gave him a chance to put it up and in. Johnson with it for the Vikings. 60-34. Yarrington with a three. No! Rebound taken down by Thompson for the Chieftains. Stefan with it across the timeline. Stops at the top of the key. Gets it over to Koch on the left, then down underneath to Rude. Back out to Koch, to Stefan into the paint. Underneath to Thompson, tries to put it up. It's blocked by Swanson. Into the hands of Irwin, and the Vikings come down the floor. Irwin at the top of the key, loses the handle, picks it up, gets it over to Medina. Mitch Medine puts up the jumper. It's no good. Rebound taken down by Schultz, and he's on the dribble. Gets it over to Koch, back over to Schultz between the circles. To Koch on the right side. Back to Schultz. Over to Rudd, three-pointer on the way. He hit it. Matt Rude with a three-pointer. 63-34. Mitch Medine on the dribble. Gets it to Irwin. Irwin tries to feed it to Johnson. Fed it a little bit behind him, and it went out of bounds. Hoffman into the lineup for the Vikings. Colton Hoffman. Swanson gets a break. Down the floor come the Chieftains. Schultz with it, gets it out to Koch, then to Thompson. Back to Schultz, to Rude, to Stefan. Stefan between the circles. Over to Koch on the right side, drives down to the baseline, gets it to Rude. He goes up and he got fouled. Foul's on Hoffman. That's his first. Fourth team foul on the Vikings. Sends Matt Rude to the line. Shot is up. It's no good. Rude, the 6'2 senior. Nigaman and Eli Ralph into the lineup for the Vikings. Shot goes up. It's no good. Rebound being fought for. Rude comes away with it. Chieftains have it. Coming up on 2 minutes remaining. Stefan drives into the paint. Spins. Kicks it back out to Koch. Back to Stefan. Over to Rude on the left wing. Hands it off to Koch. Koch still on the left side. Gets it to Rude in the corner, who dribbles it back out high to Stefan. Back to Koch. The shot is no good. Long rebound chase down by Thompson for the Chieftains. Gets it to Stefan. To Thompson, drives into the paint, puts up the shot, no good. Rebound taken down by Koch. He turns around, puts it up and in. Under a minute and a half to go. Johnson on the dribble for the Vikings. Turns, takes it to the elbow, gets it to Hoffman. Hoffman puts it up, he lays it in. And we get a timeout called by the Vikings just so he can get a couple of players in. Kyle Irwin coming back in. Down the floor comes Stefan. Gets it over to Thompson. To Koch. And they get it over to Rude on the right side. Pass was intended for Koch, and it's intercepted by the Vikings. The lob shot down underneath. Medine with it. Feeds it out to Irwin. Irwin thought about the three. Takes it into the paint. Turns. Puts the shot up and got fouled. Dylan Koch with the foul. That's his second. Shot is up, no good by Irwin. 39.9 seconds. Second shot is up, it's good. Stefan with it. 65-37. Stefan takes it over to the right side to Schultz, to Thompson at the top of the key, to Rude on the right side, gets knocked out of bounds by Hoffman. 24 seconds and some change. Koch to inbound. He gets it into Stefan in the backcourt, brings it across the timeline into the paint. Kicks it back out, and they swing it around. Shot goes up, and it's a three-pointer by Jacob Schultz. 10 seconds remaining. 68-37. Vikings feed it down to Hoffman, puts it up, he puts it in. And that'll do it. Final score, the Osceola Chieftains 68 and the Vikings 39. And we'll have Viking postgame coming up in just a moment or so. You've been tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV and Viking TV.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight. Both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand, trying to text somebody back. Because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
Thank you for joining us for Colfax Viking Boys Basketball. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Viking Post Game, where we'll take a look back at today's Viking game.
Time now for Viking postgame, a wrap-up of today's Colfax Viking Boys game. And now, Viking postgame.
And we're back here at Colfax High School, where the Vikings come up on the short end of a 68-39 score to the Osceola Chieftains. And Dan, my initial thoughts on this game is tonight, the Vikings were oversized, over-hustled, and overmatched.
Yeah, they didn't do the greatest on the boards tonight. And Osceola did a great job on defense, putting Colfax to a one and done. So, yeah, Colfax needs to just get a little more hustle. I know it was probably a long day here, but they have to, when they get behind, they have to stick to the game plan. Don't worry about the score. Don't worry about some of the calls the refs made, because there was a couple questionable ones, and I understand where Lenz and Ensminger got a little frustrated, which is understandable. But
you know, that happens in every game, that you get questionable calls by the officials. They aren't going to get every call right. Many times those questionable calls, they get right. When you take it back and look at it, yeah, they were right.
Yeah, you know.
It's hard to admit, but yeah, sometimes they're right.
Colfax, like I said, they got a roller coaster of a season. I mean, they got moments where they look like a division championship team, and then all of a sudden they look like a bunch of fifth graders that can't put it in the hoop. So, yeah, it's kind of hard to figure them out, but they find a way to get wins. You know, they just run again into some teams that are just that much better.
And that much faster, shoot the ball a little better. and that's kind of the situation that happened to them tonight. Tonight they were truly outsized. They were facing a team that was probably 2 to 3 inches taller than them at almost every position, and that calls for a completely different style of play, and I don't think the Vikings were ready to play that style.
Yeah, Coach Doe went to zone in the second half, and that helped. You know, it kind of slowed Osceola down there a little bit, and but it was a little too late.
By the same token, Osceola scored 2 for every point the Vikings scored in the second half. They outscored the Vikings 40-20 in the second half. So they outscored the Vikings 28-19 in the first half. So actually the first half, the Vikings stayed closer. In fact, the last half of the first half, the Vikings played right with them. But in the second half, Osceola just said, yeah, we've had enough of this, and just asserted themselves.
Yeah, right. Braden Bradway, he ended up with 21, and he just got this rhythm in the second half, and that helped pull him away.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to take a bit of a timeout, see if we get a coach up here. If not, we'll have Dan tell you all the numbers for tonight's game. You're tuned to Viking Postgame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Join us at the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV for exciting Colfax High School boys basketball.
This is what we came in for.
Our next game will be on Tuesday, February 15th, when the Vikings travel to Spring Valley to take on the Spring Valley Cardinals. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with Viking pregame at 6:55 p.m. That's live Colfax Viking Boys Basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV on Tuesday, February 15th. You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749.
And we're back here at Colfax High School. Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow. Jeff Gust has been doing the camera for us tonight. Vikings come up short. Quite a bit short tonight. 68-39. Dan, give us those sad numbers that tell us how it added up to that kind of a score.
Here's the scores for Osceola. They're led by number 4 Braden Bradway with 21, followed by Garrett Slater and Tyler Ulrich with 8. We had Lucas with 7. We had Carson Holman with 6. We had Matt Rude with 5. We had Charlie Tonrud with 4. Dylan Selescu with 4. We had Jacob Schultz with 3. And we had Dylan Koch with 2. For the Colfax Vikings, they're led tonight by number 4 Bryce Sikora. He had 8 points, followed by Nate Hajdukovic with 6. We had Colton Hoffman, Ryan Albright, Tristan Lenz, and Kyle Irwin with 4. We had Mitch Medina with 3. And we had Nick Jensen with 2.
And what did Elijah Ensminger have? You forgot to say him.
Ensminger, he had 4.
Okay. That was a name I was kind of listening for because he is the leader in scoring, but they shut him down to 4 points, and 2 of those were on free throws.
Yeah, he kind of lives by the paint and the low stuff, and there was no room among the trees down there tonight.
No, there really wasn't. And the other thing the Vikings were hoping to be able to do is get some long pass, fast breaks going, but Osceola anticipated that, and they put one of those big bodies about 2/3 of the way back, and it makes for a really difficult throw to get that ball down there on target. The couple times it made the trip, it was out of reach of whoever was down underneath, and the Vikings, that strategy didn't work. They just were outsized, and handed to Osceola, they hustled every loose ball. They were scrambling all over the place for. Vikings were just, as I said when we first came into Viking postgame, outsized, out-hustled, and overmatched.
Yeah, and once you get behind, and I understand what it's like to be down there when you're playing with a bunch of guys that are 5 inches taller than you, and it kind of gets in your head a little bit, and then you get a little tunnel vision, and then it's just a hill to climb.
And sometimes desire alone isn't going to be enough to get you over the hump.
Right,
and,
yeah. Like
and in this case, the hump might be some 6'8" Carson Holman or something like that.
Yeah, you know, Ensminger's looking at Holman, you know, the big size difference.
Yeah,
and
there's a foot there.
Right. So, yeah, it's not a conference game, but it was interesting to watch.
So we've got some Viking basketball coming up on the boys' side of things. Join us on, Tuesday night as the Viking boys travel over to Spring Valley to take on the Cardinals. That will be a Dunsink Croix Conference matchup, and the Spring Valley Cardinals coming off a really big win over Durand. Live coverage is going to begin with Viking pregame beginning at 6:55. That's Colfax Boys Basketball Tuesday night on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Also then, coming up Monday night, I know it's Valentine's Day, but the Viking girls are going over to Elmwood High School to take on the Elmwood Plum City Wolves. That's also a Dunsink Croix Conference matchup. That's a really big game for the girls because they win it, they at least clinch a share of the conference championship. And that would be 4 in a row for the Viking girls. And that's something it'd be a really nice Valentine's Day gift for those girls. Viking pregame begins at 6:55 right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. That's on Monday night. Don't forget, the weather's going to get warm. I promise you it will. And when it does, you're going to feel like baseball. And the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV has the solution for you, because we're excited to announce that this spring and summer, we're once again going to bring you Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball. The first Cavs game in the Chippewa River Baseball League is scheduled for Sunday, May 1st. And we'll have all the action for you right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. And once that non-league schedule is posted, there could be some games even before May 1st. So keep it tuned. Check out our website and our Facebook page, and we'll keep you posted on that one. I want to remind you that today's Viking basketball game has been brought to you by the Colfax Animal Hospital, Dairy State Bank, Anderson Bridges, Slayton's Technology, Pleasant Valley Properties, Aaron's Custom Baling. Yes, it's been a long week, Dan. FitFam Nutrition of Colfax, and Kyle's Buff and Shine. Make sure you thank these fine sponsors for bringing you Colfax Viking Basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV, especially those sponsors that I get the names wrong on. Go in there and say, hey, we know who he meant. So, for Jeff Gust and Dan Petchow, this is Rick Olson. Final score once again, Osceola Chieftains 68, Vikings 39. You've been tuned to Viking Postgame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been listening to Viking Postgame, a wrap-up of today's Colfax Viking Boys game. You can catch Colfax Vikings games by tuning in to any of the Northern Light Webcasting Network outlets. This has been a production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.